I want to talk about moving out for the first time, living on your own for the first time. I want to give you guys tips, advice, things that I learned so that you guys don't have to make the same mistakes as I did. It has been so long since I filmed for you guys and so much has changed. That is why I am here today. I want all the good stuff, so I'm going to share all of my secrets. I might even do a part 2 if you guys enjoyed this video. If you are new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow me on my social media where I do post pretty much every day, so you'll get to keep up with my everyday life. Alright you guys, it is time to get into the video. Get comfortable, get cozy, bring out the notepad, bring out the pen, take notes on your phone, whatever, because you're gonna need to write these down. So the number one thing that absolutely saved my life when it came to moving is before I made any decisions on where I was gonna live, an apartment, literally anything, I made sure to build up a huge savings account. Now I know this is the type of thing that could possibly take a long time, I understand, but if you are like currently living at home or you're in a position to where you can save a lot of the money that you're making, whether it's from your 9 to 5 or influencing however you make your income, save it all up. Like, take advantage of the fact that you don't have to pay any bills. If you are not in that position, if you do have a job, if you're living at home and your parents charge you for rent, still try to like save some of your paycheck every 2 weeks or every week. Literally think about all of the times you get paid in a year. If you just save a little bit each time for that entire year, you could have like a lot of money. Like, it can add up. So definitely try to build your savings as much as you can until you feel like financially stable to make that move and be like, hey, I am so ready to move out and I feel like I am supported by myself financially. And it's always good to have like an emergency fund regardless in your life. Another reason why it saved me also is because I decided to move up here without transferring from my job because I didn't like my current job. I hated it. So I was like, okay, I'll be fine. And I was for like a month, and I'm on my second month and I've had like 2 different jobs by now. I've quit both of them though. They both have sucked. But irregardless, my savings literally saved me for the first month of moving in, and I feel like I barely made a dent in my savings, so it's just a good option. You want to visit the place you're going to move. I know this might be hard if you are moving out of state, but I would totally recommend like going on trips, or if you have someone that you know that lives in the area that you want to move. If it is within your hometown, great. You already know your ways around, but like if it's like away from what you're used to, I definitely recommend visiting first just to see if you even like it, just to explore the town and like feel it out. Like, if I wouldn't have done that, it would have been more of like a blind move, and I feel like I wouldn't have enjoyed where I'm living now as much. And I feel like I kind of know my way around and I'm like comfortable with the town I'm in for the most part. So I definitely recommend visiting just to see if you like it. I would consider a roommate, okay? I know that is pretty controversial. A lot of people don't recommend living with someone else, but if it's someone that you know, I feel like that is definitely a lot more comforting. So if you know someone that needs a roommate and you know of them and you feel comfortable living with them, I definitely recommend. I know a lot of people say don't do that, but if you are 2 mature adults, any conflict that you guys run into, you should be able to handle like adults. I get it, some people are just like, you just cannot live with them, and that's totally fine. And it is a lot cheaper to have a roommate, but that's not for everyone, trust me, I understand. A week or 2 before you move, start buying basic necessities that you're gonna need for like that first week or 2 that you're living in your new place. So I'm talking like paper towels, paper plates, plastic utensils, cleaning products, vacuum. I would say maybe even a couple chairs if you can find any. Bread, PB&J, canned goods, just like the basics, just to kind of get you started so you're not like moving in and then scrambling to go to the store the day of and buy those things. Like, you want to have like honestly your dinner planned out for the day that you move. For me, I bought like a pizza, ate some of it the night before I moved, then the day that I moved in I was able to have like leftovers. Like, I don't know, just something to take the weight and stress off your plate, because it is a lot to move, and these are like basic things that you're like, oh, I can buy that. It's kind of annoying when you like move in and you're like, oh shoot, I don't have a shower curtain, I don't have body wash, or just like the basic things. So make sure you have the basic necessities, or as much as you can buy before you move. If you do decide to move like away from where you're currently living, like out of state or just further away, and you don't want to transfer from wherever you're working, do not stress about finding a job. It is a process. That's why you built a savings first, and you want to find something that's more suitable for you. So I would just trust the process. You will find a job eventually if you keep looking every day, put in and apply for a job that you're interested in. You will find one. You just moved, you just made a huge adjustment in your life. Like, the less things you stress about, the better. I would also highly recommend to prioritize a lot of self-care, even if it's from home, if you can't afford to go to a spa or get professional self-care done, whatever self-care you can do, like journaling, skincare, like hair masks, whatever you need to do to kind of help yourself, prioritize that. I was like really hard on myself for taking longer naps or taking more consistent naps than I needed, because I'm like, no, I need to get stuff done, I need to unpack, I need to, no. When your body goes through a huge change, like it can be overwhelming, you'll be more tired, like it is totally normal to feel like you kind of need to slow things down. So I would put that at the top of the list, because that is really important and essential at this time in your life. Before the moving process, you want to make sure that you reached out to people that you want to help you to move, made a plan, like what day, what time, whether you want to get a U-Haul or just take your car and load your car. I did both. I had a U-Haul and loaded my car and my parents' car. So it was a lot of stuff, which is insane because it was just my room and bathroom. But it's okay. Totally normal. I definitely would recommend making a plan though, just so you feel more structured about moving and get as much help as you can, because moving on your own is so hard unless you decide to hire like movers or something. Tour every single apartment before you choose where to live. Okay, make sure you look at the inside, look at the flaws, ask questions. Don't just settle because they're telling you, oh, this will be fixed, or oh, we'll take, like, no. If you're not in love with it, if you don't see yourself living there or happy, like, don't settle just for a price or whatever. Like, obviously you want it to be within your budget, but I am so happy that I invested in a nice modern apartment. That means that less things need to be fixed. Like, it's just so nice and it has everything I would ever want. So don't settle if you can, and tour every single place, because honestly, sometimes the apartments or condos or homes do not look like the photos. Like, you'll go in person and be like, so was this AI? Because it doesn't look anything like the photos. Definitely recommend. And if you can't, go for a tour in person. Sometimes they do virtual tours. So if you can't be there, or if they don't have any openings, you could always request a virtual tour. One thing I also want to normalize is when you're living alone for the first time, it is totally okay to feel lonely. You're never alone. There are so many people in the world. You have family, you have friends, and if you don't, there are other people that are probably feeling the same way you are somewhere in the world. But it gets pretty lonely, so let's normalize calling our friends, calling our family a lot. I probably call my mom. When I first moved in, I probably called her like 5 times a day. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's because I'm far away from home. Like, it is totally normal, and talk to yourself even. I'm saying this with no shame. Just try to make yourself feel as much at home as you possibly can. Wherever you're living, explore the town. If it's a new town, go out, go to farmers markets, be social as you can. I can sometimes be honestly introverted myself, but it's just about taking the steps to put yourself out there. Like, I enjoy going to dance, so when I go to dance class, I try to socialize as much as I can, even if that's so much as like introducing myself or just giving someone a compliment, because it kind of just helps you feel more established in where you're living, especially if you start getting to know people and you feel like you know people that live where you live. I would recommend to start a new hobby, something that you're either already interested in or something that you've always wanted to try. And the last thing, you guys, that saved me is anytime you go grocery shopping, make sure you're fully like fed before, so eat some food, and if you don't have time to eat food, grab a snack. And then another mistake that I keep repeatedly making is not writing down like a grocery list. And I mean, like, literally go in your kitchen, look at all the things that you're either running super low on or out of, and curate your list. Don't just guess like, oh yeah, I do need this. Because there are so many times where I'll go to the store and be like, oh yeah, I think I need this, this, and this, and then I go home and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm completely out of this item. Like, no, try to be as organized as you can. And it will also help you like budget if you can try to stick to the list. Like, I honestly, it takes everything in me to not add something on, and I usually always do, but if you have a list, you feel more structured and less likely to buy like a bunch of things that you technically don't need. So that's just something that I definitely learned from living on my own. I'm like, I need to do better about curating a list, because how did I buy all this and not the main thing that I needed? What the heck? Alright you guys, so that pretty much sums up today's video. If you guys enjoyed, please let me know down below in the comments. I love giving you guys tips and helping you guys through this thing that we call life. Like, life can be so hard. Just try to stay strong and just know that you're never alone. You guys even have me. If you don't have anyone, you have me. My DMs are always open. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, don't forget to give me a like, and like I said in the beginning of the video, follow me on my socials so you can keep up with me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!